not let go, but
Okay.
this is totally up in the air.
Folks,
Don't curse this fall, because you already know what my answer is. The pressure's on you.
Folks, quickly.
Liquid.
Okay.
Liquid.
All right. Okay, it's a clean sweep on the panel as far as they're concerned, but we've seen that happen before. Ladies and gents, hold on to your chairs. This one's going to be cool. It's Game 5 of the Grand Final. Only Pixel and Blitz are your commentary team.
Genting, let's make some noise for this deciding Game 5 between Team Liquid and Newbee here in the Grand Finals. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Blitz. And what have we got waiting for us in this one? We have the Miracle Tinker, but we've got that SCCC OD over there on the side of Newbee. We've already seen it this series. This man, if he has the opportunity to do so, he can go absolutely ham.
Yeah, and they're going to run into GH here.
They'll get the net. GH does have the roll away if possible. SCCC's there though as well. GH looking to sort of bait it out, but this is a hard one to get out of. There's 5 heroes chasing me, goes for the roll. They can't quite get any sort of cancel to hold him in place after he manages to roll himself away. So GH will be fine. Talk to me about these draft splits. What are you looking at and what are you feeling strong this game?
I think there's not a lot of catch for this Tinker. We were talking about the picks beforehand, and I thought it would either be a Shadow Fiend or a Tinker. And it is the Tinker, just because they don't have the easiest ways to lock him down. It's very nice against the Ursa. The Ursa, when you play against heroes like Tinker, you're forced into an all-in position where if you don't end the game by a certain point, you are going to lose. And the other issue with Newbee's draft as well is the fact that they don't have tower hitters. This OD and this Ursa, it's hard to go high ground with these heroes, especially against this Tinker. And so for Newbee to win,
GH just get the roll and they get the burst strike off, but Faith's there with a glimpse back, able to peel the Sand King away from him. He'll
he's
try
gonna
to
go down.
TP out. It's going to be close. Oh, he makes it just in time. Faith. Smart plays from the Disruptor.
just barely resets, but for Newbee to win this game, they have to dominate the laning phase and onwards. Otherwise, they're going to find it very difficult to go high ground.
So we will have a slight pause here, hopefully. Won't be anything too bad in terms of having to have a long wait between these two teams. But I'm talking more about the other heroes as well. Obviously, Newbee with that Naga Siren Blitz. You know, this is the Naga Siren. They've been winning game after game with it. We're sure we're talking about the strengths of the Tinker in the sense that Newbee don't have the best of ways to catch him. But then there's this Naga Siren. And the Naga can certainly work, surely, against the Tinker. And in terms of the overall lineup, do Liquid have ways to fight around the way that a Naga Siren can be played?
They do. I think the Tinker is going to be very pivotal for that, just being able to clear out, force ineffective sleeps. At the same time, I think Newbee's lineup, they are going to find a lot of key picks. It's just not easy for them. Because if you look at their heroes, none of the cores are super mobile. You are going to get a Blink Dagger on the Ursa, but as soon as Miracle gets something like the Ghost Scepter, it's going to be very hard for him to die. Once he gets like Ghost Blink, I don't understand how Newbee's going to find him every single time. Like, they're going to have to lead in with the Disruptor and set Tinker Ward traps to be able to pick him off easily.
Looks like we've got the G's being called in chat, so we have to get the game back underway as we do resume the match and get ourselves back into the action. Top lane, KP, being forced back here by Matuma Man and Kuro. Hard target to bring down, but just doing their best to make sure that he doesn't have as free of a time as he has had in other games. Bottom lane, Brostrake has already been expended. Looks like no interest from the Ursa to chase down, just zoning out mind control, making the space for Mugi to find that farm on the safe lane. Mid lane though, this is where a potential look-in is going to be looked for by GH. Not going to find the connection with the roll. And Faith was there as well.
SCCC didn't move at all. He just let him completely clear him. A rare miss from GH as SCCC. Gonna use the nuke to get the creep.
I mean, looking at the CS so far, I've got to say, SCCC is doing very well in this matchup. 6 for 2 against the 2 for 2 of Tinker. So dealing very nicely with the laser and utilizing the Astral to perfection to get those harder to hit CS.
He's done a very good job of that so far. And also his creep aggro is magnificent as GH finally lands the roll, but SCCC...
He's got some good body block. He'll turn to hold back the Tinker. Smart play from SCCC rather than just blindly running away, just making sure the Miracle doesn't get the chance to follow up with further lasers and rockets. Bottom lane, short glimpse onto mind control, has the burst strike to keep him safe from the big old bear. Yeah, SCCC playing this mid lane very composed on this OD.
Yeah.
Very comfortable on this hero.
Not letting that dual lane rattle him whatsoever. Remember in the previous game too against Shadow Fiend, he copped a lot of damage. It was very hard for him to recover. But once the team fights happened, he absolutely shined. A hero that he's very comfortable on, as now the harass starts onto the Tinker, but you are never trading with Laser.
And down on this bottom lane, Mugi having a very nice time thanks to the backup of Faith. He's, as we can see, 11 for 12 at the moment on Ursa. Mind control just 1 for 1, so a lot of denies from Mugi in this lane. So despite Newbee, of course, splitting the XP between the two of them, both in a comparable position to this solo laner of mind control. In the jungle, GH and Kaka finding one another. As GH kicks back Kaka, he wants that regen room for himself. He will get it. Kaka should be able to take it off him straight away though, but this space that is sort of being created to bait him around. Faith, he's going to be able to hold back the two of them. Now Kaka to get himself away. The rocket actually having vision of flying won't be enough damage. Maybe they can try for the roll. No, Faith keeping his teammates safe. Smart glimpse, Faith pulling GH back. Make sure that Kaka can get back to safety.
Yeah, and I really like what Newbee's doing. They're trying to shut down GH's game as much as possible. At least in the previous games where Liquid ended up coming back, it was because they were able to enable this Earth Spirit, or this GH. Whereas in the games that they got shut out or just got rolled over, you didn't see the same kind of impact that you normally see.
Now they're down bottom. This time they're prepared for mind control shenanigans. They do drop the kinetic field in the sentry, but he has a burrow strike left. Mind control into the tree line. Faith, just get vision. See if he has got the control to do anything else, and he hasn't. Of course, with Glimmer still on cooldown, will not be able to trap mind control. So mind control, despite not finding too much from the lane, he's not giving up his life. He's playing safe and still coming up to the 4-minute mark, still yet to see a first blood in this match.
Yeah, and SCCC doing fine, very even. All the cores are relatively close when it comes to farm. Of course, the Pit Lord doing a lot better than the Sand King is. Already has a Ring of Health, 300 up right now on Kaka, just trying to soak some of this XP, keeping mind control slowed down as possible.
Kuro and GH, they're thinking about KP, but as you say, with the good levels he has in that ring, it's a hard kill for even two heroes to go for.
Yeah, but they want mid. Kaka invised up.
And here we see an attempt. SCCC just trying to find that initial Astral to buy time for the rest to come through. Faith here as well. They've got a lot of cash. Route to set up. They'll move in with the Riptide. Kinetic fields drop down. They're moving in with the damage from the Arcane Orb. Miracle taken out. Faith to claim first blood. They'll look for return play, but the glimpse is there. Ripping Kuro away from this middle lane. He can't stick around, and now GH is the one on his own. Forced back by the Mirror Image Illusions and the Riptide. Newbee will keep everyone alive despite the attempt from Liquids to supports to react. And they do get that Miracle Tinker kill.
Yeah, very nice start for them overall.
Yeah.
The games that Liquid are very successful in, it's not just the fact that GH has a very good early game, it's that he's securing Miracle's early game. And so far that hasn't been able to happen. They don't have a lot of kill potential on this OD, and Newbee placing a premium on making sure that their 1 and 2 positions have very good starts. And in that regard, they've been very successful this game.
Yeah, Mugi are not missing a creep, as it seems, with his CS 31. Last is 21 denies. But to man, though, very, very close in respect, though, at the top. As we can see, 35 to 14. So both of the safe laners getting very, very big off the back of this laning stage. Mid lane, Kaka and Faith positioned behind SCCC, just in case any sort of play is attempted for by supports from Liquid. But GH, for the time being, is actually headed down towards that bottom lane, hanging around with mind control. Kaka and Faith coming in onto this one. Can Liquid set up for something? They look to go on top of Faith, running straight into the face of the Disruptor. Bottle Smash comes out. Faith trying to get himself away, and in fact, with Mugi turning up, they're going to be able to turn this one around. Newbee, take 1, take 2. Mugi, smart movements as he heads away from that bottom lane to give up a bit of farm to come and farm some heroes instead.
And Matama Man making his move on a KP, opens up with the open wounds. Kuro with the follow-up, but this might not be enough damage here. The Ice Path has to connect, and it does.
And there we have it. Liquid able to get themselves a kill on the board. Always going to have that strength for the passive against that tanky Underlord. The large HP working against the Underlord in this lifestealer situation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
GH so far this game, 0-1-0, hasn't really been able to make anything happen. Normally we see him win all 3 of the lanes, but it's all been Kaka.
Look at this. They realize that they can do it once. They can certainly get away with doing it again if they send 3 heroes onto it. Ice Pass attempted onto SCCC, but it won't quite catch him. He's in here on his own at the moment. Now he's got Faith turning up. They'll get the vision with the kinetic field. Kuro stuck in the tree line. They'll continue to chase him around. He's trying to get himself back to safety. GH will be able to roll out, but Kuro will fall as Newbee do get a kill in response. But still, this is from Tummerman on Liquid. He's the one. 2 kills now. This is going to certainly speed up this early armlet timing that he's going to pick up very, very shortly. Just the helm left to grab as he sits top CS and top net worth, I would imagine, as well at this stage.
Yeah, still very nicely done by Newbee with the counter rotation, moving SCCC over, and Kaka now gonna soak up some of this mid XP. They've spent a lot of time roaming, successfully might I add, but roaming only gets you so far in levels. You need to be able to soak up some XP from just creeps. It's more consistent that way too, which is why both supports now showing up. And that's gonna alleviate some pressure here at bottom as Mind Control gonna farm up these neutrals, get all 3 ones.
Definitely, though, a game where the offlaners are suffering. Up top, as CCC, he's been found out by Matsumaman. Will go for the defensive Astral, dodges the boulder smash. But Kuro's there for the follow-up, lays down the ice pop. Mookie, oh, he's going to be enough to scare Liquid away, though. As soon as they see the bear, they know that they have to retreat. They'll get the slant to GH. In comes the overpower. They'll rip down the Earth Spirit. At the same time, Kaka, he's looking to set up onto Miracle mid. He's got that invis. Backups coming in as well. Miracle, he's aware that SCCC is coming over into the neighborhood, and he will back up to the tower, worried that Newbee were looking for an aggressive play there.
And Mugi heads straight into the Roshan pit right now with the Invis Kaka. He can scout all of this out. Firestorm is going to get laid down as well, but the ice path from Kuro, he might actually just get caught for this though.
Absolutely is, as Kaka pops himself out of the Invis, straight up with the nail to Kuro. Good boulder smash, holds back the bear, and in fact from GH, that will save him. But Tummerman turning up to the middle of this fight, popping the rage, trying to man fight the bear. Astral Imprisonment comes through from SCCC, buying some protection for Mugi. Ice path will connect, but now Tummerman, the rage is off. So he has to retreat back with the rest of his team. Both teams working very nicely to protect one another and make sure that they don't give away any easy kills.
Both teams just poking, not really willing to commit. Mind Control was waiting in the wings the entire time. Only has 200 HP though, with no shrine available. Wasn't willing to fully commit to that kind of fight. And that's going to allow some space as Kuro instantly gets glimpsed back. Is going to waste that TP, and now Faith trying to get some dedicated laning time. Really like what Newbee have done so far to rotate heroes around to allow their 2 supports to continue to scale. And Mind Control now going to go straight into the jungle, trying to do the same, but not really able to take advantage of it as Kuro got glimpsed back and no one's in this bottom lane right now.
Both KP and Mind Control needing some time to catch up. They've both been bullied by the respective safe lanes of each other's side, as we have seen. Still, 10 minutes in. Pretty much even in terms of net worth difference. It's 5-2 lead for Newbee. Liquid, they do have, for instance, Tummerman's lifestealer still sitting at the top of the net worth, and they want to try and do something with it. As we can see, smoking up. Mind Control, Kuroki, and Tummerman making a beeline straight for the top lane. Mugi, rather far out on his own, does have the Enrage and a TP. We'll see if there's any way he can play around this. It's going to be hard, having to be worried about the Burrow Strike and the Ice Path if he wants to try for such a play. There's the Burrow Strike to lead in. Straight away, he'll pop the Enrage. Ice Path has been laid down. Can he get himself out of this one with 3 heroes chasing down the bear? There's no hope for Mugi as he is taken out. Liquid get the kill, and they get the kill nonetheless, going the way of Tummerman.
And he was so far up, absolutely had no chance in that situation. Liquid has a very deep board, so they know if any sort of rotation is making its way there. Felt like it was a free kill, and it ends up being one. And Kaka didn't have the level 6, now does have it. Has a sleep setup, can engage, and they're waiting for this right now. At the same time, Faith desperately trying to get his own level 6 so he can help and participate in these fights. As GH ready at bottom, Tummerman makes his way down here.
Faith having to be very careful, not a lot he can do in terms of peeling a raged lifestealer off him. And there we go. This is the problem. Straight in they go, straight onto the Disruptor. As I say, nothing that Faith can do to stop that sort of play if he comes too close to them. And Newbee are trying to move into the pit. On the sidelines, his mind control will be spotted out by the mirror image illusion. They know that the SK is about. They pop the root down, holding him in place, beating into him. Can he get out of this one? No, he cannot. We'll get the burrow strike off, but he still falls. The March of Machines being laid down by Miracles. They try and make it harder for Newbee to go for the Rosh, but the Roshan still falls. Mugi claims the Aegis, moving across with the song. Miracle, smart play, cancels the TP to move himself further away from Kaka. Kuro will be left behind. He goes for the TP straight up, but they have the control. Quick glimpse from Faith to cancel the TP. Newbee get themselves Roshan, the Aegis, and kills as well, as Liquid are unable to stop them.
Yeah, that song was so close to catching out the Tinker. Miracle realizes that, manages to find that little bit of separation, which gets him out, but Newbee almost just got a freebie there. Still, getting a kill on Kuro on top of the Aegis. They're going to be very happy about that. And at the same time, Mind Control's game has been completely ruined. 12 minutes in, 2,300 net worth. Wasn't really sure if he was going to go for the Soul Ring or the Blink Dagger. I think he was feeling it out. If he gets maybe something like 1,200 gold, he says, screw it, I'm going to finish this Blink. But he's so far behind that he has to go for the Soul Ring at this point. Not the kind of start that you want out of your offlaner. And conversely, if you see KP, already has the Hood completed, 300 gold to his name, doing very nicely for himself.
Yeah, with these objectives that his team's been able to get, certainly help pull the Underlord back into the game. Liquid putting the pressure on down bottom, a Timmerman showing. KP up at top, does have the team behind him. Miracle will come in, of course, and start to push the way back out with the March of the Machines Tinker spam. It's making it that little harder for Newbee to push for further objectives for the time being, despite having that Aegis.
The good news right now for Liquid is, even though they have fallen a little bit behind when it comes to kills, Matema Man is still tops in this game so far by a dominant amount too.
And if he can hit the Rage and somehow get himself on top of SCCC's OD, once he has that Desolator, it's going to be a few hits and this OD will crumble at this stage of the game.
Doesn't have a lot of farm, has finished up his Force Staff though. Very good item against the Life Stealer. As they've been waiting here for quite a long time, GH. This is not the target that you want to run into.
He's got his eyes on GH. GH is going to try for the TP, but that's a bit of an ambitious one. No way that he escapes from that. Matuma Man and the rest of the gang will be able to escape. And Newbee putting a stop to the push down bottom. Getting an easy kill as well. Still remains very close, but with these sort of objectives, suddenly feels like Newbee have the sort of stronger control coming out of the immediate laning stage. 14 minutes in.
Last time we were here, Newbee ended up taking it to a game 5, but fell just short, losing to Rezo's Lifestealer, but this time around in a very good position.
Kuro did come forward. He's fully aware of the positioning of Newbee's entire team, and that doesn't look like it's giving Liquid any sort of confidence to try anything. They respect the strength that Newbee are at this stage, especially with Mugi coming out across the map. He has just picked up the Blink Dagger, so they'll stay back. We'll pop a fortification, of course, but the tower will still fall. Newbee able to claim a second tier 1 tower from Team Liquid.
Yeah, and so far I think in this series, whoever takes that mid tier 1 tower first has ended up winning, highlighting the importance of it. And especially when you have teams that are this close in skill, every little advantage matters. Mugi.
Look at this, Rap Mugi just jumps straight in onto Kuro. Kuro pots the ice path. There'll be a boulder smash onto Mugi, but that's not going to save the Dragon. Jakiro down, GH having to roll away, and Liquid just keeping themselves as far back as they can from this full-fledged push from Newbee at this stage of the game. They have to stall. They do have the means to do so, of course, with the Tinker. Lots of ways to keep the game going, keep those lanes split push out, make it harder and harder for Newbee to deal with, but they do have catch. And having that blink on the Ursa to get him on top of such heroes could certainly be massive for Newbee at this stage if they can find where they're trying to go for the split push plays.
For Liquid right now, I think they want to bend, don't break. You can allow these kills as long as it doesn't lead to absolute team wipes. And so far they've avoided that, and that's why even though the score is 9-4 and they have taken that mid tower, it's only a difference of 1,000 gold.
Now having the Desolator complete, it's going to be a big spike up in the damage output of this Lifestealer if they can get him into position. And we saw how well they played with the Earth Spirit Lifestealer combination last game. Now, of course, going to look to do so again this time, and they want to make a big reveal with that Deso pickup. The Newbee smoking up, heading over to Liquid's half of the map. They do have to be careful with Liquid having the high ground advantage at the moment. In fact, Liquid themselves smoke. We're going to get smoke on smoke action here as the smokes will be popped. Kaka finds the opening with the net, holding back the Jakiro. They look for the glimpse, taking GH back. Mugi goes immediately in onto the Disruptor. They'll turn towards GH as well. Matuma's still inside him, and Matuma Man just has to tuck his tail and run.
1 second
He's
for the
looking
net.
to get himself out the net, not quite back up in time. So Matuma Man will be able to get out, but still 2 more kills for Mugi. Newbee's smoke proving to be the more successful one. Mind control, doing his best to juke his way out of the tree line, and he will manage to get himself away from SCCC. Of course, GH and Kuro not quite as fortunate in that mid lane. Bit of action, and now Miracle just back in for the D push. KP's there with the TP out. Dark Rift to remove Kaka and Mugi from any sort of threat. As Liquid, no way to deal with that sort of player this time. They just don't have the means to bring down this KP Underlord in time.
Yeah, and look at the difference in GH's impact in the previous game versus this one. 0-4-2 just hits his level 7 at 17 minutes in. And conversely, you see Kaka has had so much to do in this game. Already up to level 9. Almost has that Spirit Vessel completed. This is the kind of support performance you want in a game 5 from your 4 position. Up at top, Mind Control going to bait this a little bit. Has that Blink Dagger completed. Wants somebody to go on him, and SCCC might oblige.
CCC very close to the full Hurricane Pike. Mugi just finding solo kills now as he jumps in. I did have the setup okay from Faith, able to find Kuro. Kuro was looking for some simple levels around that mid lane. Mugi, of course, with his farm after the Blink Dagger, going straight for the BKB. It's certainly a necessity against any sort of Tinker lineup. GH going for the rollout, but oh, they've got the catch with a glimpse. He'll still try and run. SCCC shoves himself forward, starts it into GH. They have the silence to limit some of the damage, but he's still got the Astral. Matsuma Man will escape, but again, it's the supports paying the price as GH left behind, trying his best. But the whole SCCC, he's mad. He is absolutely, he's just dropping hammers wherever he wants this series. It doesn't matter if you're any sort of support, he'll make sure that he gets the kill. No messing around from SCCC.
Yeah, and that's pretty demoralizing when you drag that many heroes up and you can't even get the kill on the Earth Spirit. He's going to say, nope. There's a sense of finality to that. They get the kill. That's okay for him. Hasn't used the ultimate anyways. But once again, this combination, which was so successful for them, has been shut out. And that allows the Ursa to catch up when it comes to net worth. But for Liquid, Miracle, during all of this, has continued to farm. He's now tops. When it comes to net worth, he almost has that Aghanim Scepter completed too.
And we've seen, I mean, we've all been in so many games where you would have seen a Tinker slowly but surely just slow down and grind the game to a halt and swing it back round. And as you say, having Miracle Tinker at the top of the net worth, this absolutely is a game where that could happen.
Yeah. Despite the score, this is as 50-50 of a game as it gets.
Yep.
This Tinker can completely turn things around. That's why Newbee are always on edge. The gold lead, only 1,000 at 20 minutes. Skill gap between these teams, very close. So now everyone's at bottom. They scan successfully. They know that Kuro has backup here. Probably just going to wait for another Roshan. They've got sleep, so Roshan's always theirs. And they're going to go for the smoke instead. Might just run into GH here once again.
GH on the high ground, mind control as well. He's going to look for the setup. Goes in straight away with the 2-man burst. Trying the boulder smash. Comes through onto free. The song's out, but the rage is already there. Mugi's turning though. Ripping into the Lifestealer, but Superman gets ripped apart. The rage from Mugi keeps him alive. Gets the double kill. GH rolls in looking for the smash, but the defensive Astral's there. Ice Power from Kuroki does hold back the bear. Can he finish him off with the Macro Pyre? He can't. Mugi gets himself out of the way. Back to safety. GH won't be as fortunate. Tries for the TP out. Can't make it in time. Newbee, despite coming in for the low ground and Liquid getting the jump in, the quick reactions from Faith there, straight for the static storm. They're even gonna get Kuro as well as Mugi goes godlike. Just Newbee there. They almost just ready for that. As you said, they did scan it out. They knew that there was gonna be some sort of movement. The reactions from the Disruptor, Mugi enraging straight away, so Matumbaman couldn't take him down with that damage reduction on the bear. That's exactly what Newbee need to do to just punish Liquid this game and make sure that despite Liquid's best efforts to grind this one to a halt, they can still come out with massive team fight wins, Newbee.
And now you're starting to see why they favor this Naga so heavily. The ability to disengage, reset the fight, and they just completely isolated Matumbaman. If anything, him popping the rage there gets him killed even faster, because now it's a 1-on-4 situation. He just gets right-click down, no support follow-up for him. And Mind Control had that epicenter channeling the entire time, but the sleep just way too effective.
Liquid, they still want to fight though. They smoke up, Roshan is available, Mugi's into the pit. Can they do anything big here to stop it? It's down top health and they go straight away with the 3-man bonus track. My goodness, they have! Liquid eliminate 3 immediately as Newbee seemingly unaware of that rotation. The smoke move from Liquid just putting a full stop to that Roshan attempt. KP will get himself away, but now Liquid with the Desolator on the Lifestealer Hero, not normally that great at bringing down Roshan. They can certainly take it for themselves as they'll get the Roshan, get the Aegis onto Matumba. Mind Control going straight in with that big Burrow Strike play, set up for the perfect turnaround.
And that's why you never count Liquid out, despite the fact that they just lost that fight. This Tinker, especially in those enclosed space, and their lineup is very powerful when you can create space for this Tinker.
Aghanim's Tinker, never anything that you're going to be looking forward to heading into a team fight against, especially ones that you're not quite expecting.
Now everyone from Liquid.
Look at
that is a precipitous drop. And maybe if they can get this mid tower, they'll further their comeback here as Liquid making their way all the way around. Mind Control being the vessel right now.
He has got the epicenter as well. Song of the Siren is back available though. So as we saw previously when they did have that ready, very hard still for Liquid to conduct these perfect combos that they wish to do so with their team fight lineup.
Same time, just look at Miracle. Avoiding all the action on the map, consistently just pushing in these waves, making it so that Newbee, they've got to consistently just react to this. And that's going to continue to create space for Liquid. So now everyone starting to finally get some items. GH almost has that Blink Dagger. Kuro now gets his Ghost Scepter. So he's not going to go down easily at all. Miracle now on his way to the Dagon. Does not sense the need for another defensive item aside from the Blink Dagger.
Newbee very prepared for any sort of jump in mid lane. AP on the front, baiting out any sort of play that Liquid will go for. Mind Control still with Matumbaman inside him. Now pop out a little too long for him to be off the map as he looks to return to farming. Hit of Malice, not able to quite catch on to Kuro. Both Kuro and KP shoving that respective mid lane back and forth between the two of them. Bottom lane, not really anything the Mugi can do about that at all, of course, with the absence of the Basher as of yet. I guess he might have the damage if he goes in with the Enrage and the BKB, but it would be a close one. He'd have to get him at the start of the TP for sure. And once the Bash is there, if he knows the positioning, he can certainly go for it. Mind Control jumps in. Sandstorm as he backs himself out. Pit of Malice holding back Matumbaman. And look at the glimpse catch Faith, managing to bring Mind Control back into the hands of Mugi. BKB's pop just before the Boulder Smash connects to Mugi. He can find one. Now turning towards Matumbaman, trying to bring down this Lifestealer even just the once if he can, but the Marcher Machines is stacking up. They have to be careful how they take this fight in Newbee. And Mind Control is also brought back for this engagement. Yeah, so Newbee will just have to back out of that and accept what they've got so far there.
Yeah, he thought there was going to be more action in that fight, but Newbee did a very good job of disengaging, and Paylord coming back in with the ultimate. They're pushing forward now. The Astral very aggressively.
And Mind Control comes in with the epicenter Burrow Strike. The ice pop back from Bayer to follow up on the backline. Spooky trying to go in onto Kuro, but he has the Ghost Scepter. 2 for 1 so far. Matumbaman diving, chasing Faith, but the undertockling's not quite there. He will get taken down once by the tower, and Faith will be able to TP back out because of that. As still, the combo there, the angle that Mind Control was able to find to set that fight up could not have been any more perfect for Liquid.
Yeah, that was even a surprise for us. He came from absolutely nowhere, catches the backline. They forgot that he had bought back. Mind Control was so patient with that. Managed to kill 2, and he caught the perfect target. The Naga Siren had no opportunity to sleep, disengage. Very well played. They weren't able to catch the Ursa or the OD. Still, you would consider that a successful fight for Liquid.
Impressive to see because Mind Control, as we said, he had a very slow start to this game. You know, it wasn't a game where as soon as he was getting that epi, he was able to do things with. But in these sort of fights, proving to be absolutely just crucial for him to get those sort of kickoffs to each initiation, setting up for Matuma Man to go ham, get the damage done with his Lifestealer. As we have seen just then in quite some fashion indeed. 19-10, but the 2K lead going the way of Liquid here. 27 minutes in at the moment.
Largely behind this Miracle. Tinker, who's 5,000 net worth, and the next highest hero in the game. They need to catch him out consistently, but we talked about their struggles with doing so. They have no gap close. Even if they do find him, if they catch him with a single hero, he'll just laser, get out of there.
I'll see it again here, this perfect setup for the follow-up to come through from the rest of Liquid. And this dive from Matuma, looks like he's nearly able to arm the toggle, but yeah, just a little off the mark. Hard to do with a Thunderstrike upon him as well. Unable to get that disruptor kill, but still, as we say, Liquid still happy with that. And already back on the hunt for more. Smoking up. Can they find that Naga Siren? It's nighttime, just on the edge of the vision. Does have the glimmer kill, but the dust was already out. Second dust to make sure that they do catch him, and Matuma Man claims the kill. They hunt down the Naga Siren. Definitely one of the ways to deal with this strategy that Newbee has been so good with. Any sort of Naga lineup, just get rid of the Naga and then look to make the plays. Because you know that Newbee, they have no interest themselves in trying to tackle you head on without their Kaka Naga Siren.
Look at the ward right now placed. We talked about how they needed to place these Tinker wards. It's very difficult for them to get the catch, and even though they were up for a majority of this game, we were so pessimistic because the threat of this Tinker always looms. And Newbee, they played a very clean game overall, but here's the initiation.
KP gets initiated upon, does get forced to the side, but the ice pass still there from Kuro. KP will be fine. The tier 2 tower, not a similar situation as Matuma Man opens up onto it with the Desolator, punching it down. He's getting very close to having the Assault Crash finished as well. Faith is going to lead him with the Glimmer Cape, seeing if they can get the catch, but immediate rage from Matuma Man. Inside Mind Control he goes, out they blink, out they roll, as Liquid disengage themselves, or maybe not. GH does get caught out. Nice boulder smash onto 3, but it's not going to save his life. Just on the very edge of vision, Faith able to get that glimpse back and at least claim something off the fact that Liquid are taking away their tier 2s now.
Yes, very well done. They get a kill on a GH, but at the same time their lanes are pretty disastrous. And in Dota, when your lanes get shoved out like this, you almost always have to respond to it, or it makes it very obvious where you are. It's not just the fact that you're giving up a considerable amount of farm, it's the fact that you're giving away your positioning. If no one's here to push out this bottom wave, then they can safely assume that you're in one of the other 2 lanes. Then your wards will confirm the rest.
Maybe waiting for the next Roshan with a point of call for both sides. We'll see when it's going to respawn in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, Miracle right now, he keeps doing the same thing. He goes to this bottom lane, pushes it out. When someone comes to respond to this, he goes top. Newbee have not set up any traps for him.
Now he's going to have a maxed out Dagon very, very shortly at this pace. Newbee, see if they can get a catch with Faith. Looking for the glimpse. GH does have a Matuma Man inside him, jumping straight away on top of the Naga Siren, but the static storm's down. They'll force the Naga out to the side. Can he get anything off in time? But no! The stun comes out onto 3. Defensive Astral keeping the Naga Siren alive for now. SCCC committing with a BKB. Drops the Sanity's Eclipse. They've taken down Matuma Man. Epicenter from Mind Control as he rolls up with the help of Miracle and Sagonims. He's got the double kill. Mugi looking to turn with a BKB. Finds Miracle. 3 dead on Liquid. Mind Control's invis with the Sandstorm. Neither of the 2 cores have the detection.
Faith is so low.
Faith has to be careful here. Does manage to get the Thunderstrike, jump forward, the bash is there from Mugi. Newbee, triple kill for SCCC. Brilliant fight in their own backyard there. The BKB, the Basher, the perfect lockdown on targets there from Mugi as he realizes, you know, the issue and who they have to get to really have a chance of cementing the fight. And they certainly do. 4 down. GH, he is playing around here with this disruptor, and he will just get himself out in time as the silence is there to make sure no glimpse can come out of Faith. But Liquid, they can't afford to take those sort of fights.
That was so well done by the 2 cores from Newbee.
Yeah.
A lot of criticism gets heaped onto Mugi, but he has been phenomenal in this game. 14, 2, and 5. He was right on top of Miracle in that engagement. Didn't give him any chance of breathing. And now with Roshan, unfortunate spawn timer for them is it's going to be up in 20 seconds. Everyone from Liquid will be available, and this is going to be the most heavily contested one.
Absolutely. Epicenter, 25 seconds, and that's back up. The only ult that will be missing off the map is, of course, SCCC Sanity's Eclipse. Still 70 seconds for that one, but Newbee still definitely have a chance of taking the fight. With the Song of the Siren, if Mugi can get on top of those key targets at the start of the team fight, they definitely have potential to really contest this Roshan attempt that's surely going to come out anytime soon. And Liquid as well, they know that this fight around the Roche Pit is going to be ever so important for dictating the rest of the flow of this game.
GH moving forward. Both teams understand this. Everyone's around the Roshan pit right now. This will be number 3.
SCCC has been spotted out. GH immediately jumping in with a boulder smash. Is there any sort of help from no? The epicenter comes through from mind control. They take down one. Mugi's there with the spawns, but GH forced out to the side. The Pit of Malice holds him down. They take the return call. SCCC is brought back for this engagement. The static storms down, controlling Matuma Man for now. Mugi gets the bash on the life stealer. Man fighting up against Matuma Man. He pops the rage. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Surely not. No. The bash. Mugi takes him down. Mind control gets the stun onto 2, trying to hold back SCCC and Faith as they chase down. They're looking for blood. They're looking for more. Miracle coming into the fight. The lasers, the rockets, they take down the sleep, but the sleep is there from Kaka. They've lost 4 Liquid. Miracle caught out. They're going to get team wipe. Newbee are doing it. Mugi, ultra kill. Roshan is there for the taking. Aegis, G's, Refresher Shard. It's all going to be there for Newbee. Brilliant buyback from SCCC to keep the fight going as he and Faith could chase down the stragglers. And oh, it's that Naga Siren, the Kaka Naga that catches out that high value kill at the end of the fight. Newbee getting some serious momentum underneath their wings.
And this support duo has been absolutely brilliant in this series. Kaka matching GH step for step. That sleep, that's the lockdown that they need, and he caught him out with it at the very edge of it. Looked like for a second Miracle was going to be able to turn that around.
I don't know how you defend this. There's a double Sanity's Eclipse ready on SCCC, and he knows, moving in aggressively. There's a Nullifier finished on Mugi. How do you hold this sort of push if you're Liquid? The tier 3 tower starting to fall, 20 seconds without Miracle. They pop the fortification. Hurricane Pike comes in. They'll jump in. GH looking for the boulder smash. Matuma Man and mind control going for the backlash for the BKB. The enrage is out from Mugi.
He does no damage.
Matuma. Sanity's the first one's down. Matuma Man's out for 70 seconds. No buyback. SCCC blinking in, looking to commit.
That could just end the game here.
Turns. Static Storm. Sanity's Eclipse. They're doing it. Newbee. Double kill for SCCC. Triple kill for the beautiful man. SCCC.
There's no buyback on Miracle!
They don't have any buyback on all 4 of the heroes off the map.
Newbee, you're just gonna go for the throne.
I think they're gonna realize here in this game 5, they're going for tier 4s. There is no buyback. Newbee looking to finally have found that revenge for the TI Grand Finals here with a brilliant performance as well. We've seen the hype from SCCC here at this LAN. And this man, along with his teammates, have played out of their minds to deal with that Tinker, to suppress the power that Liquid were mounting. Nullifier on Takuro, he can't do anything about this one. As the Ancient will fall, they're going to try their best, but GG is called. It's all over. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Newbee, KP, popping off here as they have absolutely done it here. Game 5 of the best of 5 grand finals, 3-2. They will be your champions of ESL Genting. I mean, Blitz, these guys, there's something about this squad that you just can't help but love. When they play like this,
when they utilize